are you? Welcome to my channel, Momma Shoshana. I am Momma Shoshana, also known as Shoshana Maisel. I am so grateful, so happy that you're here. So if you'd be so kind as to please subscribe to the channel and like and share, and of course this whole Momma Shoshana community is all about sharing ideas, so I welcome you to comment below. Today's subject is the power of imagination. With imagination, I've experienced is being able to take the opportunity to rewrite upsetting experiences. And even though it doesn't change the experience in reality, just being able to rewrite it in your mind. And being able to kind of act out in your imagination how you wish a situation had gone, where you become the victor, where you become okay, and then coming out of that. And it almost sometimes helps me, I don't know if you feel this way, it helps me to have more acceptance of the reality is that, you know, it didn't go my way. And going through all these steps of what happened in my imagination and changing the ending so that I become the winner or the victor or whatever it may be, it's just a kind of place where I can have things go my way. And then it kind of lightens up the disappointment, or it lightens up, you know, my feeling of being annoyed at a situation, the fact that I didn't get my way, and then knowing that often not getting my way is the best thing for me. It can really change my outlook on situations. And you know, it's also, imagination is a really healthy form of escape. You know, using, they say that the left brain is your logic, your rational thinking, the right brain is your creativity, your arts, and I guess a place on the right side of the brain where there's a lot of imagination that comes from, that's the strength of the right brain. But, you know, when I'm upset, that being upset often, you know, or can come from reality of a situation that happened. And when I'm able to marry those two, the right and left brain, to be able to work through in my imagination, and it's not always working through what happened in reality, sometimes it's complete and utter escape to something that has nothing to do with what I'm upset about in real time and space, you know, whatever occurred that upset me. So it's a wonderful form of escape, a healthy form of escape. And imagination doesn't mean that I can stay there and that I don't have to deal with, you know, problems or issues that need attention, but it's just a wonderful space that belongs only to me, that I don't really have to share with anybody. And it's just a place where I can take a breath and just decompress. You know, the next type, the creativity in the field of art. So what I used to do, and this can be applicable to any type of art, you know, my particular genre of professional artistry, where I had a career, was I was a dancer. I was a Middle Eastern dancer. I did Middle Eastern dance, and I spent decades trying to elevate this dance and to incorporate what I had learned, like classical ballet, some of those principles. But in order to do that, I needed to really have, it all had to come from my imagination. Of course, there was hours and hours of grueling practice and studying and sweat, and it's okay because I loved it. You know, perfecting my art, perfecting my technique, having to strengthen muscles that had nothing to do with creativity, but in order to get to having the freedom of creative movement, I had to be strong. So when I would perform on stage, especially when I first started and I was a very young performer, there were a lot of Middle Eastern nightclubs in Manhattan, in the city where I performed. There I would sometimes perform 7 days a week. And we were, the dancers at that time in the 1980s and 1990s, we were very fortunate that we had beautiful, amazing live bands. Musicians would come over from all over the world. But when I would be on stage and I had the audience in front of me and I had the band going and it was the same music and things seemed to be the same, what I would do, and this was part of taking imagination and placing it in my real world to create movements and stories